One of my favourite dad jokes is still the oh fuck's sake, the auctioneer down the road passed away a couple of days ago. He's so young, honestly. Like, he was what, 30, 35, 35, 40, 45, 50?
They're just bollocks, honestly. They're such bollocks. It's the whole thing.
I love it. I honestly love it. It's great. There was one I heard recently, and it was actually so good, but I can't remember what it was for the life of me now. And it's gonna really aggravate me.
I couldn't tell if that was a start to a joke, or is that...
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm afraid of the calendar. Its days are numbered.
So I was really angry at my friend Mark for stealing my dictionary. I told him, Mark, my words. How did Moses make his coffee?
How?
He brews it.
Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
I don't know.
In case they get a hole in one?
Do you know the last thing my grandfather said to me before he kicked the bucket?
What?
Grandson, watch how far I can kick this bucket.
For fuck's sake. Anyway, we're talking about water, right?
Yeah, so...
Bottled water versus tap water, motherfucker.
Motherfuckers.
Motherfucker, you did. That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
We put this on airplane mode as well.
I just put mine on Do Not Disturb.
Airplane mode's now not turning on. It's not turning off Wi-Fi or Bluetooth.
Did you know that, like, Wi-Fi has never interfered with airlines? Ever. It was a myth.
What? Was it? No, it was... Was it just the cell towers? Was it just your cellular?
No, it just doesn't interfere with it at all. It's just they do it for whatever reason they did it for.
Well, surely it can't be just...
It doesn't... Maybe it wasn't a myth back in the day, but now it's not.
From what I understand, because I've heard a comment about this before, and from what I understand, it was back in the day when electrical components weren't protected in terms of the materials surrounding them. So, like, phones now are kind of their own little Faraday cages in a way. They let certain signal out, but they protect a lot of it.
Yeah.
I think, anyway. But apparently technology like that wasn't always like that.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, we're not scientists, so how the fuck would we know?
How the fuck do we know? We don't know anything.
But we do know about something, Joel.
What do we know about?
Water. We're water experts. We're water experts, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I've got my certificate. I hope you've got yours with you.
It's framed.
It is good. Mine's not. Mine's embroidered. Embroidered? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Like, and then I got it branded on my chest just to make sure that everyone knows I'm a water expert. And being a water expert comes with an interesting conversation of, is tap water better than bottled water? Yes or no?
There's layers. There's layers to this.
Yeah.
And I can't give you a specific answer because I straight away I would say that tap water is 100% better because it's 100% freer. And especially in the UK, if you walk into a shop, they legally cannot deny you tap water. They have to give you like tap water for free. I don't know if there's a limit to that. I'd be interested to test if there was a limit to that.
Wait, so you don't go around shops and just asking for tap water?
Well, no, as in if you walked into a shop with like, you said I've got a van outside that I need filling. I need 190 litres of water. Do you mind? Whether they'd be like, yeah, no.
Oh, that's what I was asking. So you haven't done that before? 'Cause I have.
No. Oh, have you?
I take a gallon like jug to every corner stop and just ask for a bit of water. And they gradually fill it up. Yeah, just gradually. I have to do something with my day.
They walk out to the outside hose and they're like, yeah, you can have this. Fine.
But, mate, the outside hose is still more freer. Freer. Is that a word? Freer? Still more free?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's still more free.
No, it's more free or it's freer.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's more free. Anyway, it's more free than bottled water. And I think that's the biggest tick off for me is the fact that it costs money I want to meet the people who invented putting water in a bottle and branding it as something really like spectacular, like, oh, it's from the mountains of Fiji. Fuck off. No, it's not. All right.
Well, it is, isn't it?
And
Surely.
if it is, who cares? All right.
Surely you can't say, this is like, because Brecon Carrick, that's another brand, isn't it? And surely they can't say our water is from the Brecon Beacons if it's just from like the canal down the road.
Yeah, but like, okay, Brecon is not on the same caliber as like Mount Fiji.
It's not, but it's our Mount Fiji.
Is it? Is it really?
Well, look, you can't use Ben Nevis because then the water will just taste ginger. Right? So
Yeah.
you've got, let's go to Wales.
It tastes of sheep.
A hint of sheep. Lovely.
Hint of sheep. Oh, it's bloody lovely. Speaking of Wales, though, I will say this. So, tap water, depending on where you go, tastes either really good or really shit, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the other layer to the argument that I don't know. It's what makes me not say that tap water is king.
Okay. Let me hear it.
So you've got tap water. It's free. It's more freer.
Yeah. It's not a word.
It's fantastic. But there are quite a small amount of places in the UK anyway where you can get tap water that is genuinely fresh. Mm-hmm. And every type of water, every place has a different type of water. So where you live, you might have really hard water, it might be really soft water, the mineral content will be different, and the water will naturally taste different.
Yeah.
So if you grow up in Wales and then you move somewhere else and the water might still be just as fresh, but it's got a different mineral makeup, and you're going to taste it and be like,
oh, that tastes really disgusting.
Tastes like shit.
While the other way around would be exactly the same because it's just not what you're used to.
But it's not. Okay, this is where we're going to disagree, sorry. I never agree with you.
Nearly.
Never. I've lived in England most of my life, right? And I got so accustomed to the water here that I thought it was just normal, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not someone that will go downstairs and just fill up a glass of water from the tap. I have like flavoured water bought, okay?
You have it bought.
I have it bought, yes.
Jeeves.
By my chauffeur, otherwise known as my father.
I want strawberry and apple, and it has to be sparkling.
So I get the water. Funny story is, even when it's summer, right? Tesco, shout out to Tesco, is limiting the amount of water that you can buy, which is crazy to me because like every time I make an order for Tesco or someone, my chauffeur, my butler, makes an order for Tesco, we put in as many bottles of sparkling and still water as we can, and then they limit it.
Is this just for online orders? Because
yeah,
I would love to see a Tesco employee, and I'm sure they do this a lot, just having a huge argument with someone who's trying to bulk buy their water. Like, you can't buy the water, but I want 75 bottles, and you can't.
I would more like to see bloody Jill from down the road try and carry 75 bottles of water. Do you know how fucking heavy that would be?
Yeah, well, actually, wouldn't it be 70, if they were 1 litre bottles each, wouldn't it be 75 kilograms?
Something along
because
those lines,
I am fairly sure, and anyone who's listening, either back me up or shoot me down on this, but I'm pretty sure a litre of water is 1 kilogram of water. I have that belief in my head.
You might be right, but I wouldn't be able to tell you because I have no idea. But if it is, even if it's like 50, she's not carrying that. Especially not in a little like, arm basket.
Arm basket, what a
arm
bag.
Basket.
The
baskets. No, the baskets that you pick up in Tesco. The metal ones.
The shopping. Oh yeah, God. Oh, can you imagine?
And that's what I'm saying, mate. Double bloody Arnold Schwarzenegger walking round, two iron baskets full of water. Best workout of your life. Either way, they limit it on online orders, and I'm pissed because it's summer in England. If that wasn't already apparent. We're dying. because it's boiling hot.
And we have
I can't
no
get my
infrastructure
water
for
filled.
heat.
We literally don't. Honestly, it's easier, and I'll say this. I'm gonna make a statement now. It's easier in like different countries like America, probably Australia. Even though their temperatures are higher, most of their buildings are air-conned, so it's not that bad.
And well,
Right, whereas
Spain
here,
as well.
if you go outside here and it's 32 degrees, you're dead. Simple as.
You're dead. You're
dead.
going to die. It's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep. Or you turn
No,
into Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob, like our good friend Lucas did.
Apparently, the Spanish call us langoustines because we go out to Spain and we just get pink and burnt, which is quite accurate because I've done that at least 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a very interesting. It's interesting with our summer because we have this infrastructure where none of our houses are built to withstand heat. So I remember where I used to live as a little bedsit in Leeds, and I remember recording the temperature. I had a temperature gauge I used for food. It was like one of those prong things. Yeah. And I remember bringing it out into the air, and I turned it on, and it was 39 degrees Celsius inside my house. And I was like, this is mad.
This is the rant I said to my Australian friend, 'cause I'm like, you don't understand, right? I beg you come to England and you sit here in 35-degree temperature and tell me you're not dying, because we are a tiny country that is concentrated with concrete. We don't have like any open land. It's just concrete. And it builds, and it's all tarmac, and it's dark, and it just absorbs.
And for some reason, nothing that we build is built to withstand the freezing temperatures we get every winter and the scorching temperatures we get every summer. They're like, the roads have melted and the rails have bent. And we're like, why don't you just build them to withstand this stuff that we get every year? And they're like, no, we can't do that.
Wait, I'm convinced that's why half the roads are broken in the UK, because they melt from the heat, and then immediately it's like below 0 degrees and they just crack.
Well, they do, because water gets into sits in the road, and then it freezes, and as it freezes and expands, and when it expands, it just breaks the tarmac, and then you get potholes.
Honestly, it's hideous, and the fact that we're being limited on water supplies now, this is why I don't like bottled water, because whoever has come up with the idea to sell something that is so easily accessible from a tap and is free. Genuinely, fair play. You're a genius.
Yeah. Well, it's not free, is it? Because you do pay for your own water. It's free if you go to a corner shop. Hack. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Am I right?
True. Yeah.
Just shower in their sink.
Yeah.
But, you know...
World War II times, respect. Okay.
Is that what they did? Is that... We'll just say it is.
I'm just saying it is, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Factual podcast.
It makes sense to do that, but you do pay for water. Having said that, my water bill is like £15 versus my electricity bill, which is like hundreds. So, do you know what? You don't pay a huge amount for your water, really, in the long run.
This is the thing, though, because with how expensive, plus they're dickheads because they rise the price of water. They won't say they do, but they do. When it comes to summer, because they know people are just going to get in, grab a bottle of water and leave, they up the prices. You're looking at like £1 per bottle of water. So that's going to buy you 15 bottles of water. That's it. How long is that going to last? 2 days, maybe? Because they're not even big bottles either. They're like a little one. You can buy a bottle of Buxton water for £1. And it's tiny.
This is one of those convenience things, isn't it? Where it's like in the airport. You know, you can spend £3.29 on a 750 milliliter Evian bottle of water. Or if you go to Tesco's, you can get Tesco's own water, which is water, and it's like 50 pence a bottle for 2 litres.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But then, those Tesco bottle of waters are being restricted. I'm not happy about it, genuinely. My water supply needs to be topped up daily, and it's not being topped up because of the limit.
So I'm guessing that you come on the side of bottled water. Now, where you live is quite low down when compared to sea level. So I would bet any money that you're one of those people that when you drink your tap water, it's like being drunk 6 times before by other people.
See, this is my issue. Okay, this is why I don't drink tap water, because the story I was going to say about I've lived in England my entire life, and I thought the water from the tap was normal. Then I moved to Wales, and oh my god, it's like fucking crystal meth down in Wales, because they just like chlorify their water, and it tastes genuinely as clear as the ocean. No, not the ocean. As clear as a Lucidian lake. Or something like that.
A Lucidian lake?
I don't know. I just put two fancy words together.
Is that
a lake? Right, a purified lake that's been put through about 5 filters.
That's crystal what Welsh... still Norwegian lake.
Yes, thank you. Exactly that. Because it tastes like, because my old partner, my ex, lived in a really nice area up in the valleys, right? And her father had built the house, and her water, oh my god, I'd pay money to go and get bottles of water from there now, because it was just so clear. I was mind blown. I was like, I've been lied to for about 20 years of my life. That my water here is dog shit.
So, what about this then? So we've established that yes, while tap water is a lot cheaper, realistically, compared to the fact that we all spend like £6.79 on a Frappa Nappa Clappa Lappiato from Costa every morning, we
One
can
more time. A flapper, crapper,
Nappa,
lappa,
Schlapper, Blapper, Grappiato. You know, I love, they're really nice, especially the caramel ones.
Oh yeah,
with 2 shots of extra hot, you know, Fox
extra
milk.
Slappy dappy.
Yeah, it's great. So because we spend, you know, so much money on useless things anyway, when it comes to bottled water, I'm pretty sure it's a cost that we could all bear if we wanted to, and it wouldn't really bother us. So if you bought, you know, 9 or 10 bottles of 55p water, 2-litre bottles, then you're winning, really. You can't go wrong with that. So we've established that, yes, tap water is cheaper, but bottled water tastes better. And it really does.
No, it doesn't. Okay, no, I'm going to disagree with you. Depending on where you're from, bottled water would taste better. Depending if you're from Wales, this is my point, is if you're from Wales and I see you with a bottle of water, get fucked. No. Genuinely, you don't know how good you have it. Okay? If I see you around Birmingham and I'm like, all right, fair enough, water tastes like, you know, sewage. But if you're from Wales and I see you with a bottle of water, I'll slap it out your hand. Simple as.
But what if?
Fact.
I was going to say it's a bit meta, isn't it? When you go to Wales and you walk into a shop and they're selling Brecon Carreg water, and you're like, oh, I could get that same water from the tap. Ooh, business model.
You could, exactly. But I think the issue I have with bottled water, and this is what I guess my main point is that just because it's got a fancy name, it's more expensive when it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, there is that.
That pisses me off. Genuinely. I don't know why it annoys me so much. But like, just because your water's from Fiji, and what? Fish still piss in that stream just like they do in Brecon. Alright?
Yeah. Turtles still puke
so
up.
It's the same.
You know, sheep still die in it. It's all the same stuff.
Mate, bottled water, this is the slogan. Bottled water is the same recycled fish piss. There you are.
Do they urinate, or does it? I don't think they do. Do they?
Do fish urinate? Yes, they do.
Are you sure?
Positive, yeah.
Don't they just sort of excrete things?
Yeah, what do you think we do? We just have a more controlled system.
Well, yeah, but no, because we're land animals, so we have a water system, and we have the solid chute, right? Yeah. But then when you've got fish, obviously they live in water, don't they? So I thought water I thought they'd be like a bit of a water sieve. They'd be like a filter.
You know what? I don't have the the right information to try and back down or back up your case. To be honest,
this is the science I need.
This is I've not done research into fish piss. Okay, but I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they excrete the same way that we do, just out of a tiny hole instead of, you know, a phallus. So
stop it, because you've got me thinking about a fish with a phallus now. Just
stop
going
it.
through.
No,
it'd be like a rudder.
Okay. Well, Just a rotor.
It was like a keel. It would keep them really straight.
Stop it.
stop.
Stop it. It's gone. It's either way, the water's the same, and you shouldn't be charging more for it just because it's from a mountain.
No.
That's my case in point. All right.
Very much agreed. You should. Water is water, and there's what I don't get is also like with I guess with anything, right? Like with cars, you have your luxury cars, you have your everyday cars, cars that cost £20,000 new, cars that cost £200,000 new, and they're very different. They're very different products. But when you're stood there in front of a
Careful of your job, Joel.
You what?
Careful of your job, real quick. Careful with your words.
But when you're stood in front of a refrigerated section of a shop, and you've got Brecon Carrig there, and it's like, okay, we're talking, £1.20, and then Evian is £1.39, and then Buxton is £1.40, and you're like, what's the what am I graduating from and to? Like, what am I getting for my money here?
Nothing. Genuinely nothing. And I hate it just because it's a name. But there are people who will live and die by their water bottle. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's some people that I've met in football when I was younger that will not buy anything but Buxton because they're convinced every other one is bad.
Brand loyalty.
Oh my God, it's water.
When in reality,
Okay.
they could just go outside and suck a puddle.
Yeah? Just the casual sucking puddles, yeah. Understand. Or the old traditional method of just sticking your tongue out under the rain. That's really refreshing, or that chemical rainwater that hasn't been sterilized at all.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of that, if you ever go around Potolbert, don't they actually have acid rain?
Yeah, they do. Some places would, yeah. I don't think the rain in the Black Country is very nice either, to be honest, because of all the factories.
Because what it lands on.
Don't say that. You're just disrespecting us. Right.
See,
but I guess this will come to a more question I want to ask you. What does water taste like, Joel?
If you're from Dudley, apparently shite.
It does.
Tastes like short.
Tastes like short, mate. All right, yeah, no, you tried the tap water. Yeah, no, shit.
I prefer Evian. It
Fucking
gives
shit.
me a boost. Gives me an edge.
It's like crack, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, so water, what does it taste like? Well, I'm sure we can all agree that every single type of water and brand of water has a very different taste. You have...
Okay, elaborate.
So there are some waters that have, obviously, they all have different mineral contents, and they're all taken from different places, whether it be Fiji, Brecon Carrig, Mars, whatever it is. So they all have very different properties of whatever's in them. And there is actually, I saw this on a documentary once, there's actually a place in California which is like a wine tasting place, but it's all about water. So you try different types of water.
Yeah.
And there are like certain waters that are almost slightly fizzy naturally, or I think again.
Have you seen the water that's like 50 grand, and like they bring it to you in a diamond-studded suitcase, and you have to have a person explain everything to you and pour it for you?
No,
It might be more than 50 grand. Genuinely, it's like you're buying into an elite water club.
Can you imagine if you're like getting on a plane and you've got this incredibly well protected case and they're like, we need to look inside. You're like, no, you can't. Someone's paid £50,000 to open that.
Yeah.
They're like, what's in it? You won't believe me, but it's
Water.
just water. You sure? Yeah.
But it's not just water, Joel. It's the clearest, most crystal, sterilized water in all of the land.
I know what it is. It's that Lucidian water, isn't it?
It's that Lucidian Lake. Stop ruining my brand. Fuck,
Mate,
man.
that's a cool name.
Lucidian
Lucidian Lake water.
Lucidian Lake water.
Or just Lucidian Lake.
Lucidian Lake, yeah. I think also another cool name, Mars water.
Mars water.
Like you can just claim what you said earlier. You can just claim that the water's from Mars. Who's going to prove you wrong? You ever been on Mars? No, of course you haven't. There you are.
Yeah, the cornerstone of the argument is I've been to Mars, you haven't, and you can't tell me I haven't because you haven't been.
It's Mars water.
It's
And what will make it taste like... We'll make it taste like the first water that tastes like nothing. Because then it's in space. Hmm? Business idea? No? Okay, just me.
I'm incredibly lost, but I think I like it. I think it's a good idea.
Thank you. I'll be discussing further business ideas with you after this session.
Fantastic.
Lucidian Lake and Mars Water coming up to a store near you. We're probably going to charge at least £3, just because we can, and it's water and it's summer, so get fucked.
I've this thing about them raising the prices. I don't know if. Are you sure? Do you have?
I'm positive.
Are you sure? I don't. I've never seen this.
I feel like they do. I feel like they do, even if they don't. And I'm going to say they do, and I'll make it public knowledge that they do, just to make them lower it again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, pressure the water companies.
There we are.
That's what's important in life.
Get fucked, Evian. And Fiji. Huh? Have you got proof that your water's even from Fiji? No.
I'm gonna. Do you know what? We've said this so much that I'm actually gonna research this after the podcast because I want to know if Fiji water is from Fiji, or if that's just the brand. I don't know, but I want to know.
I'd be really interested to know, actually, to be honest, because I have no clue. But I just want to say it's not, so that they look even worse than they already are.
Than they already are.
Yeah, it's Fiji water. Losers.
So water tasting. Have you ever had any water tasting experiences where you try different waters?
Of course I fucking haven't. I'm a normal human being.
Good, neither
What
have
do you
I.
mean?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Imagine getting that for a present for your partner or like a family member. Right, got this really cool adventure, okay? Spent a lot of money on it. All right, Joel, just me and you. And it's going to be really, really nice. It's going to be a great day out, and we're going to make the most of it. What is it? Wine tasting? No. What, Harry Potter land? No. No, better. We're going to go and taste water. How about that?
You're going to get to taste
You'd be so disappointed.
all the different minerals. You're going to feel
The
revived.
different pH scale.
Detoxicated. Detoxicated? I think that's a word.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it's...
You'd be so disappointed, wouldn't you, if you got that as a present, as a birthday present. You're going to go and try some water. Great, thanks. Where are we going? Tesco. Fantastic.
Well, in the tasting water sector, so there's something which I used to think only psychopaths drunk, that now I myself drink.
No.
And I'm sure you can tell where this is going. Sparkling water.
What the fuck?
I know.
What's wrong with you?
Sparkling water was something I used to hate. It tasted dull, it tasted weird, and I don't know whether it was the fact that it was carbonated or the fact that the carbonation heightened the flavors in the water naturally, I don't know. But I never used to drink it. But now I love the stuff. In fact, I've got some in front of me right here.
Wait, like regular sparkling water, not like flavored.
No, like just water that is sparkling.
It's just sparkling water. You are a psychopath.
So I've been told.
Genuinely. It's gross. That's like, when you're working for a rich car company when you start drinking sparkling water. You've been to too many like snobby events.
But this is it though, because it's no more expensive than normal water. For example, I have a 49 pence 2 litre bottle that I'm drinking from right now from Morrison's, right? So it's not, this is not like a non-cost effective way to have water. I just like it because it's healthy and it's interesting. I find normal water a bit boring. That's such a Gen Z thing to say.
You find normal water a bit boring. What do you want it to do?
I like the sparkles.
Besides obviously be bubbly.
Yeah, I like the bubbles.
Yeah, but okay. What do you do then if you go to a restaurant and they say, do you want water? Do you want regular water or sparkling water? Would you ask for sparkling and pay the extra amount just to have sparkling water at a restaurant, or would you get the tap water?
It depends where I'm going, because if it's one of those restaurants that charges extra for chips, I wouldn't have the chips. So
right.
if it's a nice restaurant and it's a nice meal, I will go for the sparkling. Well, in that case, I'd try and go for something a bit more than sparkling, vodka. But if
vodka and sparkling,
sparkling vodka. But yeah, if I had the choice, I would probably go for sparkling.
I mean, I don't know, because I've tried it. I'm not a fan. I stick to my normal. This is why I don't, because I agree with you. Water's boring. This is why I have flavored water. Because I can't just sit there and drink a glass of normal water, unless the only time I will do that is if I'm like, I've brought nothing to the gym or nothing after an exercise and it's hot and I just want a quick glass of water and I'll have that.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I can help it, I'll have flavored. One thing I won't have though, and this has been, I can't even think of how long it's been since I've had one. A glass of Coke, Pepsi, anything like that. I can't do it.
Really? So you're not a soft drink drinker?
No, and I'll tell you why. I haven't been for years, and I mean years. Like, when I was younger, I used to love it. I used to have Mountain Dew. I used to have, like, Monster. I used to be on all those energy drinks. And then I ended up having cavities in my teeth from a younger age because of how much I would consume, right? So, number one, that was a bad sign. And then two, I watched a video on Coke being boiled in a pot. And it turns into this, like, thick, sludgy tar. And it was vile. And I don't know what clicked in my head in that day of me watching that. But from then on, I literally never touched Coke again, unless there was nothing else.
You see, it scares me that this is that you've been that you've decided not to drink these again because of this. Because I've seen all the same things, but I still really like them.
Do you drink Coke?
I do. I mean, again, less than I did. I went through a phase where it was all I would drink. It was quite a bad phase, to be fair. But now I drink it less, but I still do drink it, and it's probably drink it more than I want to, really. But it's just something.
Do you drink
nice.
regular Coke or diet?
No. So I Pepsi Max is the top list for me. Pepsi Max is my favorite.
You prefer Pepsi over Coke, do you?
Yeah. I can't.
There's no difference.
You are.
There's no difference.
There is. If there's difference between water, just two different tap waters, Pepsi and Coke, they are a ravine apart.
Nah, you see, you sound like my sister. When my sister's like, I can taste the difference between Diet Coke and Coke, or I can taste the difference between Pepsi and Coke. I'm like, but you can't.
Blindfold me, man. Do it. I dare you.
I will. When I see you, I will blindfold you and give you two glasses of two, or like
give me
4
four.
glasses of
Yeah,
two
give
different.
me 4.
Yeah, I'll give you a whole selection of Diet, regular, Pepsi, and Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
And we'll see, and then we'll find out on a latter episode whether you are chatting shit and whether everyone else you can represent all the Coke and Pepsi drinkers.
Okay,
and that'll be it.
I'm up for that.
We'll see if they tell.
I will guarantee you that I'll train. I'll start training again. Right, I'll back on. You know, and I guarantee you that I will. Not only will I be able to tell you which one's which, but I will be able to tell you as I drink them, so I won't even have to have all of them.
Ooh, it's fucking be confident.
Big
honestly.
words. Big claims.
You are very confident for someone that's going to lose.
I'll even put 5 Great British pounds down.
Oh shit!
That's almost the best part of a Frappa Lappa Cappiato, isn't it? Really.
Frappa Lappa Cappiato, slappy wappy. That's the one.
So, but
that's what I'll be spending my £5 on, not Coke. The flappy appy, slappy wappy bappy.
Yeah, Arto.
Arto. Sorry, I forgot the Arto.
Gosh.
Just such a long name.
You know? So you don't drink this stuff at all?
If I can help it, no. Like, say if I go to a restaurant, I'll always ask for tap water with my drink, unless they've got something like a smoothie. If they've got a smoothie, I'll have like a mango and something smoothie.
Oh yeah, Wagamama's is good for that.
Yes, very very good. But no, not really. There's some times where I was like, I just want a bit of sugar, and if I don't have anything in my house, I will grab a glass of Coke if I have a Coke in my house or something. But literally within minutes of me drinking it, I will regret it because it feels like there's sand scraping across my teeth.
Yeah, that's true.
From the sugar.
But not only, I can't deal with full sugar drinks anymore. Full sugar Coke and full sugar Pepsi taste horrendous to me now because I've had diet for so long, or I've had Pepsi Max, and I just prefer that. But yeah, I physically cannot have those drinks because I feel weird now.
Honestly, I don't think it's worth the taste. It's similar to me in alcohol. It's like, I'm sure it's great, and I'm sure it gives you a sugar rush and all that, but it's just not worth the taste when I can just be happy with a glass of water and ice. And like I said, I don't know what flicked the switch in my head, whether it was that video or whether it was like getting my teeth or being told by my doctor that I need to stop drinking soft and sparkly drinks and stuff like that. I don't know. I have no idea, but I barely touched it since, unless there's been no other option.
I do envy you, and I need to get to a point where I don't have to have these drinks, because I hate the fact that I do like them, but I do like them, and I want to.
But I
them.
bet I drink a lot more tea than you. I drink so much tea within the day that has honey in it. Shout out to honey, best thing ever created. That does have honey in it, and I love it. I think I'll probably have like 3 glasses. As long as I don't have a sore throat, I'll have like 3 glasses of tea in a day.
Is that breakfast tea, or is that a different type of tea?
Yeah, of course. Of course it's breakfast tea. Well, I'm not drinking breakfast tea now. I'm bringing like sleepy tea, but that's only because I don't have English breakfast.
Wait. Sleepy tea. Do
sleepy
elaborate.
Tea, yeah. Sleepy tea. It's got chamomile, cinnamon, and apple.
Oh, so it's almost like a chai
lovely.
tea, maybe halfway to.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Give or take.
I do like chai
But,
tea, but the problem with chai tea again is it's very sweet, isn't it?
I feel like there are some kind of drinks that, but the thing that pisses me off, I guess, is a better way to phrase this sentence, is I will go into some I don't know, restaurants or some shops, and it's very rare a case, but where these sparkly drinks, these unhealthy drinks like Coke, are more expensive than the water provided. Have you ever seen that?
Sorry, so you're saying, well, doesn't that make sense though? Where like your Coca-Cola is more expensive than water?
No, the other way around.
Oh, so the water, so you can buy
water's more
Coca-Cola
expensive.
for like 30 pence, or if you want a bottle of water, it's an extra, I don't know, £1.
yeah. I don't understand that, and I think that annoys me because it's influencing bad habits, and that's probably why I had so many as a kid. Is because it's so easy, just when you're younger, to be playing football, to be doing anything active. You run into a corner shop, go to the drinks section. In the cold rack, there is absolutely shitloads of selection for you. Pick up a what? You remember those? Have you ever had one of those tiny Coke cans? The ones that are literally like
The 100ml
baby
ones.
size.
Yes.
Yeah. Pick up one of them, 30 pence, 20 pence. Bob's your uncle. Go out, down it, crush it under your foot, kick it into the play football with it down the road. You're great. You're sound. Score into the bushes, right? And then you're back to playing football because you got that sugar rush. And then in 2 hours' time, you just go and get another one.
The economy of little Gareth.
Honestly, I just explained my daily routine was school, finish, corner shop, Coke, crush, kick, score, football, score, shop, kick, crush, score. It was simple. And then it was, 2 years after, it was, all right, you've got cavities. You're only like 6 years old. What the fuck's going on? What have you been feeding this kid?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, protecting your teeth. I've said this to my partner, and I've said this to many people. If I could trade out my teeth for the same teeth, but just made out of something that just doesn't degrade and doesn't chip,
Honestly,
I would, in a heartbeat. Give me like ceramic
mate,
teeth.
if I could trade my teeth out for anyone else's, I would do it in a heartbeat, I think.
No, be proud of your teeth. I'm sure your teeth are
No, I'm getting them done as soon as possible. As soon as I'm rich, mark my words, I'm getting that perfect smile.
You're going for the
That's
horse,
simple
the
as.
horse teeth.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's it. I'm going for the whole shine bright Simon Cowell look. That's me.
So I was thinking the other day, I was thinking now actually, when you were talking about Pepsi and Coke, I thought about the 300ml cans, and I thought about putting them when you're at like places like the cinema, right? And you sit down, and they have the little cups, the cup holders at the end of the seats, the end of the armrests. Yeah. And I thought, that's, pop them in there. But while you're there, whose armrest is whose when you're in the cinema?
Both of them are mine.
Both of them are yours. Because this is something that's been bothering me. Right.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a very sad person. When you're in the cinema and you're sat down watching your film, Now, usually you try and sit next to your significant other, your friend, whatever.
Of course, yeah.
But
Or both.
But
Mm.
you have two armrests, but there are also two seats. And for some reason, the cinema doesn't decide to make chairs with two armrests and then like a double armrest at either side. They just have the one. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be touching elbows with someone you don't know, right? That's just strange.
Of course, yeah.
You don't want that. But at the same time, you want to be comfortable.
But you don't... when you go to a cinema, I don't know what fucking cinema you've been into, but half of them are like empty nowadays. So you don't end up sitting next to someone that you don't know unless you're a freak, and you just actively go out and sit next to them.
No.
It's not being sociable. I know what you're going to say. It's not being sociable. It's weird. If you're that type of person that will walk into an empty room or on a bus, that's the best example. If you're the type of person that will walk into a bus and there's like 5 empty seats, but you go and sit next to someone, you're the weird one, right?
No, I think this is
as.
more of a comment on the population size of Dudley than it is anything else. When I go to the cinema here, it's packed. You know, there's always someone next to you.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Maybe that's okay. Well, even if I'm sat next to a stranger, I kind of play that by ear, but most of the time, both of them are mine. It just is. But then, like, I'm quite a laid back sitter, shall we say? So, like, I'll lean back in my chair, and my elbows, I'll have both armrests, but my elbows will be at the very back of the armrest, so you've still got the front of it if you want them.
Who do you draw the line at? What sort of person would you look at and go, oh, okay, the armrest is theirs?
Someone that would kick the shit out of me if I took it away from them.
Again,
that's more or less the line of just like, all right, you're 3 times my size. Yeah, take it, bro. Take it. You're good.
In fact, I prepared it for you.
In fact,
congratulations.
Yeah. What if I lean on your arm? That'd be really cute, wouldn't it? Yeah. No. Okay. Cool. No, never mind.
I've started to do this thing now where in the cinema, it's probably very bad for my spine. In the cinema, I will like lean more on one side than the other.
Ooh,
so I'll kind of like just lean a little bit so that most of my weight is on my right arm, let's say, which is where Rachel sat. So it's like
yeah.
I'll just lean and do that, and then it means that the other armrest is just no problem because I don't need it.
See, this I'm gonna kind of out myself here. This was the issue I had when I went to the cinema with like my old partners, is because I wouldn't lean back at that point because they, in a cinema you want to be in a comfortable position, and a lot of the times if you're with a partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it might be, they want to interlock their arm. I just hit the mic. I'll say that one more time. When you go to a cinema, shut up. When you go to when you go to a cinema with a partner, female, male, whatever it might be,
yeah,
they want to like interlock arms sometimes, right? And this is what happened to me. So obviously I sit back, arms are in the corner. They want to interlock their arm with mine. So I sit up and I lean to my right so they can do so, right? But then for 2 hours you're uncomfortable. All right? Yeah. And I don't know about you. Maybe it's because I'm short kings, but maybe because I'm short, I'm like leaning over to one hip like you are and trying to be as comfortable for them as possible. But then you're uncomfortable. And there is halfway, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but there's halfway through that film where you're like, all right, now fuck off. And you just kind of move your arm and you get back into a comfortable position.
We've been together quite a while now. So when we go to the cinema, we've got to that point where we kind of just sit separately. I don't mean separately in like the
other side. Yeah. All right, enjoy the film, love.
Enjoy the film, darling. I'm going to the other screening.
I'm over here.
We sit next to each other, but we generally sit independently. We don't link arms or what have you. But there have been a few times where they're not loving each other. No. There have been a few times where we've held hands, just like, again, on the armrest, being,
Then it gets clammy.
Yeah, right. So
it's
halfway
sweaty.
through, or like 20 minutes later even, when you're like, I really want a Percy pig, so I need my other hand. And you have to like peel your hands away And then you're trying to get into your Percy Pigs, but they're slipping away because your hands are so sweaty.
Mate.
That does happen.
Honestly, it is a case of like, listen, I love you, but I'm holding hands with a hot water bottle. All right, let go. Now.
Yeah, it is funny, but linking arms in the cinema, I feel, is one of those things that's a little bit difficult anyway, or like cuddling in the cinema, because they're built for separate seats. Unless, and I don't know, anyone in the UK will know what I'm on about, unless you've been to an Everyman cinema. Have you not heard of Everyman cinemas?
No.
Oh.
But if you're gonna turn around and say they got sofas, we have that in Showcase, where you pay a bit extra and you sit on a isolated balcony, and there's like rows of sofas.
Oh, really?
Where you get a perfect view of the screen, and you're at the very back of the cinema, and there's like a sofa instead of a seat.
I like this because they have these double sofas, but the one grave mistake they've made is between every sofa is a table.
No. Oh.
But it's just one table between two sofas. And it's quite a small table. So they do bring you food in Everyman Cinema. You can order food and then they'll bring it to you throughout the film. But
yeah,
when they do, it's like someone else's food's there and you're like, oh, do you mind? Sorry, do you mind if I just... Thanks.
And just move it aside. Move it aside.
And they're quite small tables, so it's quite easy to knock things off them, and then it devolves into, horrendousness then.
I mean, that's an even better question for next time, Joel. Which table is yours? Not which armrest.
For me, I will generally try and position the seats so that we don't have people next to us, so that the armrest.
I thought you were going to say, for me, both tables are mine. It's all mine.
Reaching over Rachel. All right. Gonna put that there.
Right, this one's mine. You just put that right in front of you with your cheese-coated nachos. Don't worry, love. I got it.
Cheese-coated nachos. Don't talk to me about that. I'm so hungry.
I'm awfully sorry. But I mean, the answer to the question, Joel, will be and will forever be, as long as I'm alive, unless someone can knock me out, both armrests are mine.
I'm gonna knock you out.
Please do it. Try it.
Please try it.
Knock me out after you get every single Pepsi wrong, and I've got it on video.
No, because you're gonna mix them or something. You're gonna pull a trick.
No. I'm not. Shh, I don't do the editing. You do. Lol.
All right, you're on. You can do your Pepsi Cola trick for me. I will prove you wrong, and I will taste every single one individually and quickly identify what they are.
I look forward to seeing it, and then I also look forward to going to the cinema with you and watching you try to take the armrest away from me.
Oh no, I don't
really
need to take the armrest.
Interlocking.
I'm just going to link arms with you.
That's really cute. That's really, really cute. You're going to be the piggy in the middle. I can interlock with you, and then Rachel can interlock the other side. It's going to be so cute.
So if I want to use my arms to get a drink or snacks, I can't.
You can't.
I'm not allowed.
Yeah.
I have to use my
So
face.
tied down. Yeah. Or you could just ask like a normal person, Joel.
No, you can't. You can't speak in a movie. No.
Oh, true. But you can open really loud rappers in the front row. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Cheryl. Cheryl. Every single time, cinema, just as they open the wrapper. As soon as they couldn't do it beforehand, they couldn't prep it, they couldn't. No. 30 minutes into the film.
Well, I will see you and Rach in the cinema as we throw popcorn at the back of Cheryl's head.
Yes. Can't wait.